guys, I am back and today I am going to be doing a very fun video which is my 5 kind of favorite distinct looks for my pan that palette because if you do not know, I am panning the Tarte Tarteist Pro To-Go palette and this is what it looks like. As you can see, very neutral shades, and at first I was like, can I really get like a ton of distinct looks out of it? But I have traveled with this palette. I have like used this just kind of in makeup bags for the summer when I was like going back and forth between houses a lot, and it's really actually incredibly versatile. So I wanted to show a couple looks, one of which is the look I am wearing today, and I wanted to talk about my 5 kind of favorite, more unique looks that I really do love doing with this palette. Now, of course, there are many different variations of these looks that you could do that are slightly different from one another, but I tried to get like 5 different looks from this palette, and I think I did a really good job. So I am going to be inserting videos of me applying all of these looks, talking about the shades I used and why I used them, and then do a picture at the end so you can see what the final look looks like with mascara and everything like that. But if you would like to see this palette in action, or you would like to see how I've been using it to try and use it up this year, just keep watching. Hey guys, so for the first look, I am going to start with the shade Crisp, and I am just putting that all over my lid and crease. I really just spend a good amount of time blending this out, making sure it looks super smooth and getting the shape that I want with my eyeshadow. And so that's really what I'm focusing on, and I'm really building up that crisp shade in the crease to get some depth. Then I take this small EcoTools brush and I drag it across my lower lash line to complete my eye shape, if that makes any sort of sense. And then once I really drag that and blend that out, then I'm going to go in with the shade Stylin', and I'm just going to kind of smudge that on the outer half of my lower lash line to add some depth. And then comes my favorite part. I am going to take the shade Boss, which is probably my favorite shade in the palette, and I'm just going to smudge that on the lower half of my lid, really working it into the upper lash line. I really love this shade. I feel like it makes my eyes kind of pull more gold than brown, and I think it's really like it's such a flattering shade for everyone, and so I use it a good deal in these videos and just in everyday life. And then I do this with every look. I take a little bit of highlighter and pop it in my inner corners. I don't show this for all the looks, but it's something I always do. I love this look. I wear it all the time. I think it's super easy, and on top of that, I think it's super beautiful. Then for the next look, I'm just going to take Drive all over my lid and crease, and I spend a good amount of time buffing this out, building up the color, and really getting the shape that I want. So I edit a lot of my blending time out, but I do really love this shade. Also, I have a very bad habit of covering my face with the camera, and I'm listening to music during these, so I'm sorry for my dancing and lip syncing. But I'm just going to take this little EcoTools brush and the shade Drive and drag it across my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take a flat shader brush and the shade Stylin', and I'm just going to pat that on the lower part of my lid, kind of into the lash line, and then I blend it into that Drive shade, and I kind of work in layers, layering, blending, layering, blending. I also take it along my lower lash line to really get the depth that I want. If you want more of a smoky look, you spend more time like adding color, and then I was kind of going for a little bit more of a sheer look. This was a daytime. This is, standard Tuesday. And so I went a little bit more sheer, but I do really like building this up a little bit more. And then I just took this flat liner brush from EcoTools, which is different from the other EcoTools brush I normally use, and I took that Stylin' shade and I really pressed it into the upper lash line to get the most intensity right on my lash line. And then that was really it for this look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love the fact that I can get such a beautiful all matte look from this palette. And so then the next look is a little bit more sheer again, and I'm just taking that crisp shade and blending it all over the lid and into my crease, but I'm not building it up nearly as much as I did in that first clip. For the first look, I am really making sure that this is very sheer, washed out, and I spend a good amount of time really getting the edges to wash out the way I want. Then I take my EcoTools brush and drag crisp along my lower lash line. And then I was feeling kind of crazy about the blending today, so I went back in and blended some more for a while. Then I just took this beautiful shade, it's called Hype, it's a beautiful gold, and I kind of sheerly patted it out across my lid and kind of blended it into the crisp shade in the crease. And then that was really everything for this look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. This, again, more of a simple everyday look for me. I think it's super quick when I don't spend like 20 minutes blending, and I think it turns out super pretty, and really that gold shade is just stunning. The next look, I don't know where the footage for it went. Very sorry about that, guys. Multiple technical difficulties on this front, but I just took the shade Drive all over the lid and crease, then bumped up my outer corner with the shade Stylin', and then put Dominate all over the lid. Dominate's generally not my favorite shade in this palette, but I do think it looks really, really pretty when you take some time to build it up. And so I'm really happy with how this look turned out. And then you'll recognize this last look from the intro to this video. I'm just going to take Drive all over the lid and into the crease as per usual, and just really take some time blending, working on the shape. I think this is a really pretty color, and so I use it in a lot of looks. And then I'm just going to take that little EcoTools brush and drag it across my lower lash line. You guys know the drill. And then my friend Kabir was coming over, and I hadn't seen him in a while, and he tends to be more fun with makeup, if that makes any sort of sense. He appreciates it when I'm more fun with makeup, so I kind of went in with Stylin' to try and beef up the look. I thought that would be fun to kind of add some more depth than I would normally do, and I just blended that into the crease, and then I also took it onto the lower lash line. And then once I was happy with how the matte shadows laid down, then I took this angled liner brush from MAC and the shade Dominate. So unfortunately I blocked my face during all of this, but I just take Dominate, I line my upper lash line, and then once I'm happy with how the upper lash line looks, then I will wing it out. And so I was having a little bit of trouble with this shade. It was kind of flaking a little bit, but I took my Mario Badescu facial spray and gave my brush a couple of spritzes, as you can see in this clip right here, and then I had an easier time with it. Really, patience was the key to this look, just really taking my time, layering up that Dominate shade until I was happy with it. And then once I got my wings how I wanted them, then I just took the shade Boss and I dragged it across my lower lash line, because I really wanted to brighten up my eyes and like open them up with this look, and that shade really does that for me. So that was really all I did for this look, and this is the last look that I'm going to be showing you to guys today. So we are going to appreciate how it turned out really quickly. I feel so chic and kind of edgy when I wear this look. I don't know why, but that is everything, and we're going to go back to the outro. Hi, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, for coming and hanging out with me. If you want to see my updates and such so far, I will leave my playlist for my Pan That palette down below. I will also leave my Get Ready With Me's if you like hanging out and putting on makeup together. So make sure to check both of those playlists out down below, and I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I hope I see you in a future video. Thanks, guys!